Hello, crazy people, and I'm here in feed for some reason. How are you doing? Welcome to Life on the Flipside. Again, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, where the fuck have you been? You're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am here with my co-host, Steam Cup of Reason. How are you?
I am good, but I wish you'd stop calling me your co-host. I'm your friend.
You're that too, but you are my co-host for this show. You're my friend always. You're my friend always, but you're my co-host for this show.
Okay. All right. That's good. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, what I'll do, I'll start calling you my partner in crime.
Hey, there you go. I like that.
There we go.
That's got a nice ring to it.
That'll work. I'm doing all right. I'm a bit sleepy, but I'm doing all right. I have tea. I'm good.
Yeah, it's been a rough week this past week, I'll tell you. I think we're all a little bit just tired out, you know?
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Yes,
but it is the end of the week, or the beginning of another one. I don't know, a bit of both. And we are joined by Cripple. How are you, Dave?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Hey, Dave.
I have a question that's been bugging me since you started this show. And it seems apt that you're talking about whether you're not your co-host or partners in crime right now.
Okay.
Why is it only you that gets a seat?
Because she's a lady, and I'm a gentleman.
Who says I'm a lady? Who says it? Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm going to pull you up on that. I never said I was a lady. I might be a woman, but I'm not a fucking lady.
Well,
the reason being is because Jeff doesn't like to sit down. It's true. Even even right now, he's standing in his home because he doesn't like to sit down.
That's right.
It's a thing.
It's one of those freakish things that, you know, I'm afraid if I sit down, I won't get up again. that becomes due to the big belly hanging off the front of my body, but you know, I don't want to risk it.
That becomes a genuine concern as you get older.
There you go. And I am getting older, you know. It's harder to get up every time.
Have you got sound effects yet?
Excuse me?
When you stand up.
Oh, that's my morning ritual.
I'm in my fucking 30s and I have sound effects for when I move.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yes, Tusk makes a great point. The queen has to be on her throne. I am the cookie queen.
Well, you missed the end bit. You missed the end bit there.
It makes it easier to overthrow her. Funny. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. Come at me, Tusk. Come at me. Come on, biatch.
You've been told.
Yeah.
You've been told.
Yes.
But yeah.
See, I'm not the only one. Another woman who doesn't like the term lady. Lady has all these connotations with it, and I no. Just no.
I don't think that's true. I think just any woman should be treated as a lady simply out of respect. That's the way I was raised. I was raised to be a gentleman, and I'll never stop being a gentleman. And I hate men who don't appreciate the fact that some of us are gentlemen and laugh at us for it. Screw you.
Sable Eagle has a sound effect when he stands up, pop from each knee.
Oh, I get pop from all the vertebrae in my back when I get up.
Yes, I know. Look, overthrow crafty. Now, Tusk. There's no need for that kind of language, okay? There's no need. Oh, you are mad.
I don't know.
See what you do, Dave? You just derailed the conversation before we even started a conversation.
Yes. Darn.
I think Stable Eagles is worse. Whoever this critical cripple guest is apparently wants to see Reason sitting on a bar stool wearing a very short dress.
Well, he designs the avatars, so he could just like swap the heads, I suppose. Because I am more likely to be seen in a t-shirt and jeans.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know about you about the dress now. But
well, it's more befitting the scene.
It is. Just the kind of You have to dress up nice, Tusk. That's why you don't get into nice places.
It does look like Steaming is either working behind the bar or about to get thrown out.
Well, I'd be wearing my suit, but it's at the cleaners.
That's your response to everything. Everything is at the cleaners. What is this fantasy cleaner? What does she do?
Don't tell anybody. Shh.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Have you seen what's written in the picture?
You caught on to that, did you, Clive? Well,
no, Mario actually copped it.
Oh, that
God
was
damn it. Go on, show them.
Okay, well, this is just a little bit of a gift that I wanted to use to celebrate Crafty's recent qualification to apply for monetization on her channel. So congratulations. I'm sure you're going to get it, and it's all up from here, and we're going to celebrate underneath the turdy tree.
If that it can't get any lower than this.
Well, you're starting at the bottom, right? Yeah. Now you got to build it up.
Oh, the puns. Oh, the puns.
Oh, the fun. Oh, the fun.
Ah, man.
So, but no, seriously, congratulations, dear. Well earned. And I'm sure it's just a formality at this point. And I'm looking forward to seeing your channel grow and being a part of it. So thanks for having me here, as always.
I'm delighted to have you here. Absolutely. I was talking to Conspiracy Cats about this because I got a message from YouTube after applying, and it was just like, yeah, no, that's. I was like, is this normal? I've already applied, and they're sending me this. Like, no, they send it to everyone. It's okay. Don't freak out.
You'll get a dozen of them just after you've done everything.
Yeah, I've done everything. It's in the final stage where I'm being reviewed by YouTube. Thankfully, I hope, I have very fucking little content for them to review compared to other people. So hopefully they'll get through it relatively quickly, and then I am fucked because I know our audience and they're going to nail me to the wall, aren't they? With these fucking the trees and the 333s and God, I'm so nervous when it comes to this.
At least Jeff isn't here. You'll get them in English at least.
Just be yourself like you've always been. It'll grow on its own. Don't you worry about that.
Absolutely. I'm not worried. I'm not. I'm more worried about what these people are going to make me say. That scares me more than anything. Yeah. But we'll have a laugh. We'll have a joke. We'll do what we always do. And we'll swiftly move along.
About? Isn't that what it's all about? Just have a laugh.
Speaking of having a laugh, if anyone has not seen Critical Cripple's channel, it is in the description. I'm going to drop it into the chat. Talk us through your channel. David.
My channel?
Yes.
I have a similar life story to you. I went on other people's channels occasionally and argued with Christians. I'm mostly a Twitter person. And then lockdown happened, and people said they wanted something to do. So I started a quiz. So I have a ridiculous quiz where people answer unanswerable questions.
Cool.
And that's it.
Are they really unanswerable? Tusk thinks he got a dragon out of it.
I think the fact that he thinks he got a dragon out of it demonstrates how unanswerable they are.
I can't even remember the question because I was on that stream. It was just the other day, and it was something along the lines of if you could choose any pet, wasn't it?
Was that the one where you would you save your pet?
Yes, that's what it was.
Or an unknown child from a fire or from a would you choose your own pet or a random child that you've never met out of a burning building? Yeah. I cruelly people say it's cruel. I don't give a fuck. I'd save the pet. I would save the animal. Fuck the child. And if you are going to be that irresponsible to leave me with a child, you're asking for it. I don't mean to be bad, right? I don't mean to be bad, but I'm sorry. But no, half the chat here agrees with you. Half my chat disagreed with you.
Goat. Yes, we would save the goat.
I like this.
And
The worst thing is-
Tusk chose his dragon as a pet. Now, my question is, the dragon probably started the fire. Why would he need to be saved?
No. You see, he didn't choose a dragon as a pet. He went more mythical first.
Yeah.
He chose a phoenix. The dragon was a climb down.
And I told him he couldn't have a phoenix. It actually has to be real. Right, then I choose a dragon. No, it has to be real. I want my dragon. So we compromised and we said you could have a goat with dragon wings attached to it, like with paper wings. So you can have a goat dragon. Tusk has a goat dragon.
Yeah.
Some of those questions, though.
Last night's upset some people. That was released was would you want meat, teeth, or cheese knees?
Would you want what?
Would you want, if you had to choose, would you have cheese knees made out of cheese or teeth made out of beef?
What the fuck? I mean, in fairness, I thought the question that you asked us was bad, which was, would you replace your opposable thumbs for lighters, lighters?
For lighters, yeah.
Or would you have your ring fingers as torches, which I obviously chose the fucking ring fingers. I like my opposable thumbs. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I like to be able to pick up my pint, you know?
Yeah. And so, the fucking laugh we had on that question.
Yeah.
But cheese for knees or beef for teeth? I can't answer that. I can't. Well, I suppose I'd choose the teeth. The reason being is because you can always mash things down and drink it. Whereas your knees, you need them to walk.
One of the people pointed out that they think they'd have a constant problem with dogs. If
You'd
you
have
had
a
cheese
constant
knees.
problem with fucking rats if you had cheese for knees. Could you imagine lying in bed and you like wake up and there's a rat gnawing on your knee?
Oh!
That'll teach you for asking the question.
Welcome to the flip side. It is pure random. It's pure random conversation here. You never know what's going to be talked about. So imagine that, people. Imagine that. Your pal, I haven't seen it yet. I'll get around to it maybe later. But it involves Karens, and I don't really watch Karen videos because they're Karen videos, and meh. I got bored of Karens like 4 months ago.
Yeah. I have a low tolerance.
So other than that, Dave, we
have a Taddy in the house. Hey, Taddy, how are you, mate?
Great time to join. Yeah, great time to join. We're talking about fucking rats eating your knees. But okay. Christ almighty. Possibly they're made out of cheese graters and sand. What? I'm confused. And why is my Fitbit... My Fitbit is beeping at me saying I have another 196 steps left in this hour. It is a fucking Sunday, Fitbit. You can come off my wrist. Thank you. You can fuck off. Trying to tell me to walk. Damn it. I'm confused is what I was going to say. My Fitbit just derailed the conversation. God damn it.
You were going to say, you were about to ask me a question. You're going to ask me about my new show that's coming up?
Yes.
It's a news show that's a progressive slant on the news, basically.
A progressive slant. Explain what you mean.
It will be looking at positive news that the world is going in the right direction.
Ooh, actually, there is a show, and one of my favorite comedians is Russell Howard. Fucking love Russell Howard. Absolutely love him. And he has a show. Well, he had a show. I don't know if he's coming back to do it, but he had a show called Good News.
Yeah.
And like that, it was looking at news that would make you happy instead of depress the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Well, it's going to have some of the depressed. But it's more laughing at the negative, that stupid shit that the right is doing, and
good.
celebrating the good things that the world is moving in the right direction. And hopefully we won't depress people too much.
I don't know.
Yay!
Not looking that way from this end of the world, that's for sure.
There are good things happening all the time. It's just everyone focuses on the bad.
Sable Eagle has a question.
It's kind of hard when it's right in your face, you know.
Sable Eagle asks, so that's what, a 5-minute show on the second Tuesday of the month?
Well, hoping it's going to be a daily show.
Oh God, look at trying to find good things every day. Eesh.
I think as long as we stay with the, like I said, some of the science, some of the climate change stuff, there's good things happening.
Yeah, and they don't get an airing. They really don't. And the random stuff. The random stuff is always fun. You'll always find random shit, especially like in local newspapers. There's always random shit. Like, this person did this, and it's pure random piece of joy. Yeah. Do you know what I'm actually finding? When I started Ion Society and Keela Talks, I was finding that there was nowhere really anyone could go to talk about politics or society or social issues. And with this, I'm hoping, because this is going to be a live stream, is it?
Yes.
Great. It's somewhere else that people can talk about what's happening in the world. Because a lot of creators seem to be afraid to talk about that in case they lose subs. Speaking of, actually, because you ended up on a Turkish website.
We got massively. That was a hell of a stream.
Would you like to explain the context of this?
Well, we went live when the Capitol riots went on.
Yeah.
And we not only, do you know what else is funny? The streams that I'm going to use a polite term here, the streams that we ripped off to see what was going on, they're all gone. Yeah. We are basically the only one that has that guy and another stream broadcasted on YouTube and offering commentary on it.
That's mental.
But yeah, we obviously, whilst we were live, so someone posted that we were, firstly that we were Americans, commenting on what was going on a Turkish website, so
which we weren't.
So all of a sudden, we got massively trolled.
Yeah, that was so much fun. That was so funny to actually see. So yeah, I was there on that stream, and what was funny, Tusk, since he's in the chat. There should be a live show on Dragon Issues. Well, there you go, Tusk. You know what to do. You can set up that. You can do that. Go ahead. We will listen to your Dragon Issues. But Tusk messaged me that night, or the next day or something. He's like, I heard your voice on a random live stream, and I couldn't believe that I was watching news about the Capitol riots. It wasn't your stream, Dave. It was someone who was, for just like 3 minutes or something, looking at the different the different streams that were going on at the time, and just had the sound going from your stream for like 3 minutes. When I was talking, he was like, I could not believe. I was like, I know that voice.
I've got to say, it's the other thing. I think I would like, if I can get, when we get the new show up, that I can package it so we can go live with things like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a difficult thing to do. It is a difficult thing to do, especially with big.
It's having it ready.
Yeah,
is the thing, because if you don't want to use it. People seem to want to make these things that are like this and then try and use them all the time.
It seemed to me that I was the only at the time. It seemed to me that I was the only voice of calm. Everyone else was freaking the fuck out.
No, I think our stream in general was, but every other stream was screaming.
Yeah.
The back and forward on ours, it was reasonable. It wasn't. Yeah.
It was respectful. It was good. But even with that, there was a sense of panic.
Yeah. Well, not surprisingly, I mean, we are the foremost. It's technically the foremost republic in the history of the world, and it was on the point at which it could have collapsed. And a lot of people were thinking it might, I mean, I don't think it was reasonable, particularly to think
No,
it
it
would,
wasn't.
given how few people. But you know what I mean. You don't know that as a person on the street.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose no, you don't know that as you'd have to have, as I said, experience with movements like this and with actions like this. And sadly, I was the only one there with experience that have seen similar things. And I was like, and I got to point out, there was a similar thing with this, and there was a similar thing with that. So yes, it's bad, and we didn't at the time know how bad it actually was. But I think for me, I was trying to not downplay and the significance of it, but it was trying to stop people panicking and thinking that this was the end of the world, because it really wasn't. Yes, it was bad, but it wasn't the end of the world. This isn't the end of democracy, as we've seen. It's just that fatalistic thing that just people went absolutely batshit crazy. It was mental.
It's the problem is it couldn't have happened under. I don't think it could have happened under any other president, because had it got as far as it got a day before, under any other president, it would have been stopped.
Yeah.
It required someone as stupid as him to push them that far, because normally if you had people storming the Capitol, it would have been an armed revolt. The circumstances, yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. You needed someone like him in that position that he was in, and the what's the word? Almost cultish behavior of his followers.
Yeah.
That was a scary thing to witness. But the idea that, and this was kind of my point on the stream, people look at revolution as just one event. It's not. It's a series of events. It's a process. It's this whole big thing. So what we needed to do was wait to see if it would spread to the areas. If it didn't spread to the areas, then we were safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was distracted. I got an email. But what shall we talk about? What's been happening in and around the community other than the drama? We don't need the drama.
No, we don't want the drama.
That's a bit. Oh, we've got Ranty.
Yes. What do you think about Ranty?
That's a good question. Surprising. I never thought he'd turn. I thought he'd be one of those diehards. But I don't know. I have to wait and see. Because the thing with Ranty is he seems to be quite easily swayed. And I think it wouldn't take much for him to flip back to the flat earth if somebody gave him a good enough reason. So I'm going to wait and see what happens.
What do you think, Dave?
Well, I'm hoping he's too in with cats now.
Yeah.
He talks to cats too often that slipping back will not happen. But I know what you mean. From watching his stuff, he strikes me as likely to follow the last person that convinced him of something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which oddly enough seems to be a common thing amongst flat earthers. Don't know whether that's a pattern.
I don't know.
Go on.
No, I was going to say we've got Spooky keeps pointing me. There's a Liverpool person that is absolutely crazy, that follows every conspiracy theory and rants for hours on it, and I can't get involved with him because I'm fairly certain he'll hunt me down and punch me if I try.
Get cats on it. Get cats on it. He's already saved 2 that we know of. Right. Well, here's my feeling on it. There could be a chance that he's playing cats and he's playing people and he's trolling. But having listened to the podcast, the Almost Unbelievable, from when they started to where they are now, he is much more open to, yes, there's things that we can't explain and there's things that we'll never understand. But there are also things that are completely explainable. Like one of the things that they pulled up was this footage. And you could see someone, it wasn't CCTV, it was someone taking clips and kind of pausing it. But you could see the person who was supposed to be the spirit was actually a reflection.
Mm.
And a few of us pointed this out. I was like, look, that's the reflection of the person. You can see the camera that they have in their hands. And that's just a reflection of that person. And we debunked it very, very quickly and very clearly. So and he was open to that. Where flip back about a year ago when I entered the community, he would not have been open to being told there's a rational explanation for this. You know,
it's hard to come back from that, from being able to just to again, it's talking to fundamentalist Christians. They don't seem to be able to get past that switch. As soon as they start questioning, they fall out very quickly.
Yeah, and thank you to Throated Dwarf who just tipped $4.99. Thank you. If you want to put a comment in the chat, tag me in it, and I'll read it out. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It does mean a lot to us. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
What I was going to say was, if you're going to tip, you need to include a 3 in it.
No, you don't. Shush. Shush.
333 is perfect.
Fuck off. Tusk says Oakley has given him away back. He said that if Ranty turns on cats and acts like this was all a big joke, he'll be welcomed as a hero in the Flat Earth Gold. But here's the thing, and this is my issue. Yes, Oakley has kind of given him away back, but I think the reception that he's gotten from people and the respect that he's gotten from people. I was there in that chat. I was actually modding that chat when he came out and said, no, it's a globe. I can't really accept that it's a flat plane anymore. I just can't. I was there in that chat and people were like, well, we demand apologies and we demand this. And it was only like 1 or 2, but, and they were banned. Cats gave me the power to ban someone. That's a dangerous power to give me, because I take my mod role very, very seriously. People know that. When I'm a mod in a chat, I'm working. I'm not representing me. I'm representing the channel. And so I'm very respectful of that role. And so he did give Ranty an option to come back, but I think the fact that he hasn't received the backlash that he was expecting from the Globe community and from normal people, that, oh my God, we told you so, it's like everyone, practically everyone that was on that stream was saying, welcome back, Ranty. We accept you. And that is, again, for a lot of flat earthers, a lot of it is confirmation bias, and a lot of it is wanting to be respected for their thoughts, for their opinions. And when you get that confirmation because you're right, it is a good feeling.
I think the problem is a lot of Globers, I hate that term, I see flat earthers as victims mostly. So
for the most part, yes.
So them coming out of it to me is not a gloating thing, if that makes sense.
That's the point. That's the point. He thought, having spoken to Cats, I think the message that I got was Ranty was kind of nervous coming out and saying, yes, it's a gloat, because he feared that gloating. Because when you have to remember, this has been a very slow process for Ranty. He went from being Ranty Flat Earth to being Ranty. That was the first step of saying, maybe I'm not quite so sure about all of this, and maybe I need to take some time off. The only thing that we can do, in my view, is give Ranty the benefit of the doubt. And trust his word. And if he gives us a reason not to, well, then we judge him then. But not until then. Not because we need to walk around on eggshells, but because if you outright attack and say, well, you're lying about this, you're lying about your sincerity, then you're giving him a reason. You're pushing him back towards the cult. It's like anyone coming out of a cult. You're pushing them back and saying, no, we don't accept your sincerity. And that's just, it's not a good idea in my fuck people. Some random arsehole. Why is it arsehole? Oh yeah, because anyway. Some random arsehole just tipped for €3.33. Screw you all. You're mad bastards. I love you. Thank you very much for some random arsehole who decided to tip. That's awesome. These are weirdos. I said it once. But I know what people want. They want me to say it properly. I'll say it properly. 3.33. There you go. Enjoy it, people. Enjoy it. Fuck my life.
This is not going to get old.
I hope it does. Very fucking fast. God damn it. So, okay. Blue Meanie. I don't know how to take this, but he went from ranty Chemburns, so chemical, to ranty rant, which is a great name. I'm sorry, it is funny. To ranty flat earth, and now he's very pliable. Well, look again. Was there a message with that? I don't know. I'm gonna check. I know who that had to be you, Taddy. Then you prick. That had to be you, didn't it?
What was the message?
There is no message. There's no message that's come through yet. Oh God, I'm nervous now. I'm guessing that was you. Let me see. No, there's no message. Where's the message? Damn it. But it was definitely Taddy. Because it's your fucking email, you prick. So yeah, Taddy, if there is something that you want me to say other than the obvious, tag me. I dread to think. Oh God. See how nervous you're making me?
Bah. Next week it'll be on Super Chat, all public.
You had to remind me of that, didn't you? Maybe. Well, next week is on Reason's channel and he's not monetized, so I'm safe. Damn. I'm worried. But no, there was no message. No message, Daddy. Oh, it was oil beef hooked. Oh, okay, yeah. That basically, to say that fast, I'll be fucked. There you go. Yeah. We're all just children here, aren't we?
Yes.
We're all just children. It's great. Finally, my peoples.
You say, how did you get grown up like steaming?
I know. You think I'm bad? You should hear him. This is the point of this stream, because people think Reason is very balanced and calm and stuff. He is in his fuck. You are in your fuck and you know it. You may come across as that, but I know the real you.
Yeah, well, everybody should know the real me. Just visit my channel and take a look at my early videos.
Exactly.
You'll get to know who I am.
Quick. This is why like me and Reason have like the same fucking sense of humor. Taddy as well, Tusk. There's a few people in here that I just click with. And Reason is one of those people. Our sense of humor is pretty much the exact same.
Pretty much.
There's a few slight changes, but it's pretty much. Apparently, Tusk and Etty had to go on a dragon hunt. I can almost imagine how that's going to go, but yeah, good luck, I suppose. Etty, remember the request that I had. That's all I'm going to say. Just remember the request that I had. You know what I'm talking about. Tusk doesn't, because fuck Tusk. But Etty, remember the request. Remember the request. For when that happens, yeah. Cryptic, I know, but still. But yeah, to be honest with you, when it comes to Ranty, I would give him the benefit of the doubt until he gives me reason to believe otherwise.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm glad that he has openly admitted that he's made the switch. But I just need to make sure it sticks before I go 100% behind it, you know?
And it's understandable. It's understandable that people would be weary, especially given the history that this community has with him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it is not an easy thing when you know everyone makes fun of you, when you know everyone probably hates you, which they don't, in fairness.
No, we just ridicule him because of his crazy ideas.
But when you're in a cult or a cult-like thing, you fear the backlash more than anything. You fear the gloating. You fear the eyes. You fear the "I told you so's." Ranty had every excuse not to answer Kat's question. Because throughout the whole live stream, I didn't think he would actually come out and say what he said. I honestly didn't. He was hesitating. He was scared. You could hear it.
Yeah.
He probably won't admit to that, but you can hear it. He was worried about, he was thinking the whole way through, what is going to be my life? You know, what is this going to do to me?
See, I don't know if I could do that. The problem is I'm argumentative. If I was to come out and realize that something on that scale I was wrong about, I would have to turn on my community that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds weird, but I would have to fight as vehemently in the opposite direction.
So, sorry, Throw the Dwarf hates Fitbit on the weekend too. Yes. I mean, it's turning on the community, but he didn't.
No.
Not in his mind. He didn't really turn on the community. And the reason why I say that is because he could have just deleted his channel. He didn't. He handed it to Brandon.
Yeah.
And so he still gave those people a place to go. He didn't just up and desert them and betray them. He took the step back. And he then made a decision for himself. And that's a very, very, very hard thing to do. Because he does obviously still have connections to that community. It's hard not to. And it's the same thing. I faced the same thing when it came to Seek Truth. Seek Truth was very genuine when he came out. No reason not to give the same charity to Ranty. Everyone I knew had the same feeling about Seek. That he wasn't genuine, that he was lying, that he was winding people up, that he was only doing it for views and subs. No. That is not the case. That is not true. Seek is completely genuine. He was completely genuine when he came to believing in the flat earth. He was completely genuine when he changed his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there are still people, and by the way, people that will have him on their channel and use him for his subs. I'm going to say that fucking now. Who will still say he was lying. He's lying. I don't believe him. But I'll still have him on my channel.
Mm-hmm. The thing with Seek, though, is he's been actively explaining every aspect of his switch since then. You know what I mean?
But it's he's done
several videos explaining why he feels the way he does, why he switched to the globe side, you know, and he laid it out.
And we might yet get that from Ranty.
I'm
when he's
hoping
ready.
we do.
I hope
hoping
we do.
do.
I genuinely hope we do. But you can't rush someone into that.
No,
Especially
it's got to come from him at his own time. You know?
now people
For
know,
sure.
like if you look back on my channel, when it came to bullshit, I called Ranty out on his bullshit. So it's not like I'm just blindly supporting Ranty. I've no reason to. But I am friends with Cats. People know that Cats is one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I will trust his judgment.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's been talking to Ranty. I've spoken to Ranty a few times, not often, but in the chats, I've said hello. He was surprised when people said hello to him, because he was doing the thing with Cats.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, not everybody was hostile to him, and I think that was one step. The fact that yes, there was people that were saying "Globe Hero" and stuff like that. And giving him a hard time in chats when he would show up as almost unbelievable. But there was also a lot that didn't, that just said, "How are you doing?" And so he then started to see this community as potentially being his community.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal when you've been in a fucking occult-like state for the last 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to wiggle your way out from under the thumb of someone like Nathan Oakley.
Here's the thing, Dave. If you're still alive.
Oh, I fancy.
If you're still alive. Oh, look, and you just fucking posted in the chat. If you found you were wrong about something significant,
Yeah.
would you have the intellectual honesty and the heart when you found out something that you've believed to be an absolute lie? Would you have the ability to go online and say it openly?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, the issue I have is that I would have to turn. This is what, if it was part of this community, if I found out that Flat Earth was true, or if I was convinced that Flat Earth was true, I would have to turn on our community.
Yeah.
Right? I couldn't vehemently fight against something and then switch and then not fight against the other way. Right? That doesn't mean to say that if I all of a sudden had doubts, that I would automatically, I would need to be, I'd have to be absolutely convinced of something. But in the same way, if all of it, it's much more likely, given that I don't tend to fight Flat Earth, but it's much more likely I was to turn Christian. I'd start preaching like nothing at everyone here. Because if I was convinced of it, I'm also equally convinced that every single person here is wrong and they are doing something bad. Whereas right now, I think the Christians are wrong and they're doing something bad.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's the problem. This is where I find it interesting when you said that he handed his channel over. But if he genuinely believed it, then he should believe that the people that are in that community right now, that are in the Flat Earth, are being deceived. They are victims, and his channel could well have been, given that they're all subscribed to it, it has a good base to reach those people. To try and help them out of it as well. So giving it away to me does seem not so
questionable.
Good.
Well, yeah. I mean, he did make a pretty strong point of how much money he was making from that channel and that he's walking away from it. It seemed to me like just kind of a way to emphasize, hey, I'm telling the truth. You know?
I mean, the way he explains some things sometimes it's just bullshit and wrong. But it's part of the problem is trying to hold him to a standard now. And until he gives me a reason not to trust his word, that
I think you've got to trust his word. At the end of the day, I think you have to trust his word. It's not, unless he is somebody that has set out to troll before, I think you've got to. He seems like a vaguely genuine guy.
Even when he was on the Flat Earth side, he was still open to talking, and he would not scream at you, and he would not insult you. He was always respectful.
Who's
He
the
was
guy?
wrong,
Who's
but
the
he
guy
was
that was on Behind the Curve?
Behind the Curve. Oh,
That
who
was
was on that?
that was
Nathan Thompson.
Jeranism.
Jeranism.
Which the one that wanted to cover up the drift?
That was Bob.
Oh, Bob Nodal.
Right.
Thanks, Bob.
Bobby
I
Noodle.
wouldn't trust him.
Oh, I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him. He's got the proof right straight in his face. He's staring at it, and he knows
And
he's
he
staring
wants to
at the
cover it
truth,
up.
and he's still trying to fight against it and convince us otherwise. I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I can throw him.
No, if he came out, I wouldn't trust him. He has form.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that I would. There are lots of things I'm probably wrong about that I don't care about either. But if it was something important, I would have to go down that route. I don't see how you can in any way. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, that's the only person I've got to live with.
Yeah, and just real quick. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you in the chat. It is very early for you. It's nice to see you. Just want to say that. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how he progresses. I do hope that he comes out and then explains his process. But that's a very difficult thing. Where is that? Sorry. Jeranism or Bob Noodle Doodle Poodle Strudel? Definitely Bob. Definitely Bob.
Yeah.
$8:22 a.m. It's practically the middle of the night.
On a Sunday. Oof.
I mean, I get it. You for making me get up at this time to come and listen to you.
I don't make anyone. I ask people. I don't make anyone. We to be honest with you, we did this for ourselves. Fuck everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
if there was people around during that time, that was awesome. But if not, meh. We'll just. I would talk. You know me, Dave. I'll talk to two people. Just two people around. I'll talk to the fucking air. I don't give a shit.
I was going to say, I'm not convinced that I haven't seen you when there's no one around, but I'm convinced you can still talk.
Yes. I talk to myself all the time. Like anyone that says they don't talk to themselves is fucking lying.
This is why you get dogs. I talk to my dog all the time. Not that the dog has a clue, but I'm talking to the dog, not to myself.
No, I'll openly admit I talk to myself. It's when I answer myself back. We were having a conversation about that earlier. Something happened and I was arguing with myself. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
How we all do it. Anybody who says they don't's a liar.
Yes. Prove me wrong, bitches. Prove me wrong.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know. It all just seems mental.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways, he's
We have a
made the
question.
switch. So we'll hold him to the standard of the community and see where it goes from here. That's all I have to say about it.
So Godless Scummer is asking, do you guys think that because we know that a lot of flat earthers are dishonest, that we can fall into the trap of thinking they're all dishonest? Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's called tarring people with the same brush. You know,
Well,
And everyone
order
does
to
it with every
maintain-
community.
in order to maintain the position of a flat earther, you have to be dishonest. You don't have a
I
choice.
don't think you need to. I don't think you have to be dishonest to maintain the flat Earth. I think you just have to be a bit dumb.
well, right.
You've got to be.
Here's
If
the
you're going to
thing.
be intelligent, you've got to be dishonest.
Here's the thing, though. This is why I started my series. This is why I started the series of challenging conspiracies. Because I don't think they're all dishonest. And I don't think they're all stupid. I reject that notion outright. There are a lot of people who are intelligent people when it comes to most things that will still be able to be duped. And this is why I try to explain in one of the videos that there is a difference between the leaders of a community and that community. And we're seeing the same thing happen with our community right now, with the debunk community right now. There's a big difference because from the leaders of a community, or who's seen to be the leadership of the community, and the ordinary people that just kind of are hangers on. And the reason why I say that is because you look at the Mark Sargents of the world. Mark Sargent is very well spoken, very easygoing, relaxed, calm, and the way he speaks, you could get behind that. It's easily understandable. It's easily relatable for someone who is vulnerable. You don't need to. It's not simply low intelligence. It's something has happened that does not make the answers that you once had about society and the makeup of our world doesn't make sense anymore. And so you're looking for something else to make sense of it. So when Mark Sargent gets on the TV and says, they're lying to you, they're lying. They lied to you about this, so they're lying about this too. He is what we call the soft sell.
Mm-hmm.
He is the very rational, very calm, very inviting front to this nasty, nasty fucking underbelly of ideas. We see it in cults all the time. There's a reason why rich people get into cults. And it's not because they're not intelligent. It is because they're disenfranchised with their life, regardless of why that is. So then they're being brought in from these soft sell people like Ranty. Ranty is a soft sell. He's very respectful. He's very soft spoken. He's very, you can understand what he's saying and where he's coming from. He's wrong, he was wrong, but he is one of those soft sells. You can get behind a person like Ranty. You can get behind a person like allegedly Dave, because of that kind of well-presented mannerism that they have. And then you have the Oakleys. So you're brought into these rooms on Discord, or you're brought into the back pages where you're talking to these people regularly, and just these people, the talking shop, where they tell you the ideas. They tell you how you've been deceived and lied to behind closed doors. And then they invite you in, and then they say things like, everyone hates us. Everyone is against you. We're all hated. We're all this. We're all that. And they're going to attack us. They always attack us. So we have to stay together and we have to defend each other. And because there's sound in the back in the back room, when you bring these new people into the live streams where they're actually being attacked, it just confirms what they've been saying in the background to you. We're constantly attacked because we know the truth. We're constantly abused. We're constantly this. It's the same thing that they did with apartheid. It's the same thing that they're doing in Palestine and Israel. These people are out to kill you. They hate you. So you have to take them out first. It's the first rule of combat. Create the enemy. There has to be an enemy. And then through that, then you bring them into the live streams. It reconfirms everything that you've been saying to them. And that's how you dupe people. And so they have to defend you because you're their friend now. And holy shit, they're being attacked. So it's not about being stupid. It's not about being deceitful to the new people, or to the leaders of a community are not reflective of the community as a whole. That's all I'm saying. That is how a cult-like group works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's important to explain that process. Did my StreamYard's tip come through? Give me 1 second, Sammy. I don't think it has yet. Oh, we've reached that time. We have
Find the goat, folks.
Spot the goat. Sable Eagle says, if Nathan Oakley had a George Cross and Bar and MSc in 3 sciences from 3 real universities. He'd still be a despicable shit stain, and I'd hate his vile guts. But he's the hard sell. If Ranty was the soft sell, he was the hard sell. He's the one, you know. He's the one that's going to fucking fight back against these lying pricks, you know, that abuse us. So he has to abuse them back, and he has to abuse them before they abuse us. You know, that's the way they frame it in people's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in a similar sense, don't we do the same in order to create and keep a community? Common hatred of another group, a group that no one will condemn you for hating. What else have we in common? I would challenge that, because meanie, when I don't hate the flat earthers, and that's one of the reasons why I started my channel. I went on to a live stream and I said, look, hating them isn't going to get anywhere. By spouting science at them, it isn't going to get anywhere. These are emotional creatures. These are emotional people. And this is how they are duped. They're duped by feeding on their emotional state. So when I started my channel, I wanted to explain that. And I will. I'll continue the challenging conspiracies. It's been a little bit hard lately, but I am going to get back into it. The challenging conspiracies was to explain that not all flat earthers are the same. And they don't deserve your hatred as much as you think. But to me, what binds our communities together is that whether it's the debunk community or the atheist community or any of these communities, the scientific ones, is that we want genuine answers. We're not looking for confirmation bias. In terms of the shape of the Earth, it's already been settled. It's a globe. We can see it from space. We have that technology. But we want answers about how this works, why this works. It's not good enough for us to say that they're just lying about us and that's it. Well, if they're lying about it, why are they lying about it? Show us evidence so that we can actually investigate it. Without showing us evidence, we can't investigate it. We can't confirm it. And that's part of the reason why we are so united, is because we have that fundamental belief that things are explainable and we want to understand it. It's a globe. Why do we spend time baiting these people? To me, right. Do they matter? That's an important question. That's an important question to answer.
Not because they matter, but
yeah.
You fight them for the same. I mean, again, I don't do the flat earth. I tend to do the Christian fundamentalism. You fight them not because you're wanting to fight them, because you want to show a counter narrative to them. Because if they go unchallenged, they convince more people.
Exactly. And you've seen the rise of that with fucking in 2015, 2016, when flat earth really became prominent. For me, it is, I don't bait them. I don't bait them. They're not they're welcome in my chat, but they're not welcome on my channel. I will not have a flat earther so that I can point and laugh at them. I don't do debates. I'd have a discussion, but I don't do debates. That's for other people. If other people want to do that, I want to explain why they think the way they do. So I get behind the reason and why these ideas spread, why these ideas stick. If you allow them to go unchecked, then these hard sells, the leaders of this community are going to take advantage of more vulnerable people in that community.
Yeah.
Without even a chance of being proven wrong.
Yeah.
And if you can bring a few people back from the brink, I've had a few people, more than a few, email me privately, and we've had these conversations. I'm not a scientist. I don't pretend to be a scientist, but we'll have these conversations. And they were hanging around Oakley, or they were hanging around this person, and they were starting to believe what they said until they watched the video and looked for the steps that I pointed out. And they're like, holy fuck, I nearly fell down the rabbit hole.
Mhm.
So it is very important that we challenge them. As Dave said, just to give the counter narrative, just to say there is an explanation for this. You don't have to go down this road. Reason?
Yeah, I look at it from a slightly different point of view, and that is from the point of view of a teacher. I'm against these flat earthers, and I fight against them because of the fact that they can have an immense impact on the young minds that are in my classroom. I deal with children that aren't ready to deal with that kind of confusion. And it can really mess them up when you've got people like Nathan Thompson flat smacking kids. That can mess up their future education badly. And that's why I fight against it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's easy for me to just point and laugh and say, oh, they're stupid. It's a very easy thing just to dismiss them as being stupid. But I want to explain it. For me as a sociologist, that is my role. That's what I see my role as. And yet, to some extent, Ranty had the opportunity to return to the Globe side because he was shown respect. He wasn't just dismissed. People would take his ideas and he was one of the few people that would actually do things, do his own research. Okay. This is something that I wanted to address as well. Reason is very vulgar when it comes to Flirfs. I can understand his anger. You get loud about it. I love the fucking rants. At the same time as, yes, we need to be respectful, but we also need to give their ideas the respect that they deserve, which is absolutely fucking none. And there are different. Everyone learns differently. Everyone comes to things differently. And sometimes a good rant about how fucking stupid this is needed. Sometimes it's needed. There is a time and a place for it. Absolutely. I'm going to be honest, I love Stephen Couple Reasons early videos. The rants. I love Jutmonk. Because he's saying what we all fucking think. And sometimes you just need to get that off your chest.
Exactly right.
Does it help convince anyone? Probably not. But it breaks the tension of feeling like you're not getting anywhere. And that is that. As soon as people on our side kind of give up hope, that's not a good thing.
Well, nobody's found the goat yet.
People need to
And
look for the
Critical
goat.
Cripple, you don't get a vote because you're already on the show. So be quiet.
I'm not allowed to look for it anyway.
Nope.
Damn it. There
You
go.
can come back next week.
Wait there. So I might have got it. If you take all my answers, I might have got it, but he's not saying. No, don't say.
Just to the
All right.
right of, just to the right of the center chair. Can you be more specific?
Yes. No, Critical Cripple, shut up. No. No, you're not allowed to be more specific. Fuck off. Globe denying wank spanners, Jutmonk.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but that's just funny. That, you know how much fucking anxiety some of this gives me sometimes, and how much hopelessness it gives people when you see someone being that intellectually dishonest and duping people. Sometimes that kind of language is needed just to break the tension. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, yes. I love that quote, though.
And
I love that quote.
But remember also, we're creators. Part of what we do is not only to rant, but to entertain. And I'm sorry, but that kind of language, people get a rise out of it, and they like it.
Sometimes it's needed. I'm sorry. The rants just. I like the rants. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to. I like it.
It's mostly because the issues that I rant about in my videos are issues that are very close to me, and they really do infuriate me. And sometimes I have to let it out, and that's just how I do it. I mean, I understand your point, and I'm sorry that it offends some people, but that's me. That's Steaming Cup of Reason, and that's why I call myself Steaming Cup of Reason, because I'm trying to get my point across as hard as I can and make sure that it's not confused or misunderstood.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes being very fucking direct. But I like the rants. They make me laugh. Dave, are you trying to cheat?
No, I
He
just
is.
stopped putting the answers in there and where I thought it was in there instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can put it in the private chat.
So I can say, look, I did get it when you reveal it.
It's a tough one this week, folks. I admit.
Yeah. Abby makes a very, very good point. The debunk community can be just as aggressive as the flirt community. That leads to more aggression from both sides. Yes.
Yes.
To an
The problem
extent.
is, but the problem is there, I would say it takes all sorts.
Yeah.
Over
There's
and
no
over again.
there's no one type of way of talking.
Some people will be got out of flat earth by people being reasonable and nice and pulling them out. And some people will be got out of flat earth by pointing and laughing at them. Because some of them realize how ridiculous it is when people are willing to stand there and point and laugh at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
I love this. Sorry. Jessica G stole the goat. That's why nobody can find it. I think Jess is still asleep, God love her. It is very early for her.
Well, I haven't seen anything in the chat that comes close to where the goat actually is. So
keep trying, people. Keep trying. We do have Chris Durham next week.
Oh, awesome. That's right. I forgot about that. It's going to be great to have Chris on.
So
Great to have you on.
I only point and laugh when Dave's ball pops.
No, it happened. Didn't happen.
Did it not?
No, it wasn't funny.
So hang on. So if I go to your channel right now, it's not on your homepage.
It might be on my homepage.
It's not on your homepage, isn't it? Is it not?
It is.
Exercise ball explosion live fail. Yoga ball bursts. Let me just see about this now. Hang on. Let's see about this. Because I'm a cruel bitch. People know I'm a cruel bitch. So I'm gonna be very, very mean now. I'm gonna take that down and I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, go ahead.
And I have to share the audio. Yeah, Find the Goat is on hold. But people need to see this.
People need to see this.
And this is why you should subscribe to Critical Cripple.
Math Pig.
Kim Cattrall, the mannequin, the movie. There you go.
Yeah, but that's not being attracted to an inanimate object. That's being attracted to Kim Cattrall.
Then probably no. I don't like lumps of wood on trees. It doesn't get me going.
Nope.
He literally fell.
So yeah, that's a thing. That's a
That
thing.
was funny. Sorry, Carl. It's not under the turdy tree.
That hurt.
That hurt watching it.
I guess Amanda says you missed the best part. Come back.
Yes, he does. But no, the reason why is because I want people to actually go and sub to Critical Cripple. So if you want to see the best part from Amanda's perspective, you need to go and sub to Critical Cripple. Not right now, but like in like 15 minutes when we end the stream. Gary Y. Benga, how are you, sir? Or as he's known as Gary Y. Bother. I love Gary Y. Benga. Right. So me and Gary Wybenga have a really, really interesting relationship. So if Gary Wybenga starts copy pasting in any chat, then he's basically taken out of the chat. He knows the rules. He knows the rules, and my rules are the same as Mr. Sensible's. If you're willing to have a conversation, Gary, you can stay. We can have a laugh. I don't think a flat earther is all you are. You seem to be a nice human being. So we can have a laugh. Just no copy paste it. So he says, your rants make me laugh. The earth is motionless and flat and is not moved 1 single inch in any direction ever.
No, it doesn't move at 15 degrees an hour as demonstrated by the
But if no earth moves at all ever in any direction, explain earthquakes.
Yeah. Explain day
what
and
an
night.
earthquake is. Yeah, explain day and night. Explain no, even that. He says
that's
Earth
Tusk's
doesn't
dragon
move.
landing.
Yeah, that's. He doesn't get a dragon.
Yeah. No dragon.
And yes, you're gonna have to talk to Bob. Thanks, Bob, about his 15 per hour drift that he found. Like honestly. But I do. He makes me laugh. Gary Wybenga makes me laugh. He's only now finding my channel in the last couple of weeks, but we've had discussions. He came on to Seek Truths and just copy pasta, and I just kept deleting him. Nope, you don't get to do that. But other than that, he's pretty sound. No dragon, do I have to leave now? No, Daybreaker Flint. You can be a dragon without owning a dragon, so you're fine.
Tusk can't have one unless you belong to Tusk.
Yes, if you belong to Tusk, fuck off, you're imaginary. If you don't belong to Tusk, then you're welcome.
But be very careful around him. He appears to be trying to catch one.
He's out on the moors. He's out on the moors looking for a dragon. Dave asks, is the goat on the table on the right below the picture of a tree, or is it a window?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that David Oliver is probably the closest of all, so I'm willing to give him the win on this one because the goat is right there.
You hurt my head, sir. You do. You do.
I still can't see it.
No, it was a
not
tough one this week.
So, David Oliver, you will be coming on not next week, but the week after, because we have Chris coming on next week. So I will, if you can. I think Chris has already emailed me, but I have Chris, I think, on Discord. But if you can, just send me a message, send me an email, so I absolutely, definitely, 100% have your details, so I can actually send you the link to get in. I was close enough to have hit it if I'd been using a buckshot instead of a rifle. What? Oh, people. Hang on. Donkey poo. I already pointed it out in the chat. Where? We're going to have to go back now.
Okay. Here we go.
That's your job. That's your job. Is the goat and the cushion on the back? The one furthest right, or is it just the pattern? So yeah, Avi got it. Avi actually got it. So what we'll do is we'll bring both on.
Yeah, exactly, because they both were pretty close.
Bring both on.
And hopefully one of them will turn up.
And Taddy confirmed it. Avi got it first.
Okay, all right, well.
See how formal we are with our rules. But yes.
Yeah.
So Avi, please do email me, craftykeela@gmail.com, so that I can send you the link. And the same way. Who else got it?
What was his name again? Sorry.
David Oliver.
David Oliver.
David. So David and Avi, if you can, you will be on the week after next.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party.
Yeah, it's going to be a special one because I think next week or the week after, we're going to be making a very special announcement regarding
I can't
the
wait
Paint
for
of
that.
Progress. So,
I can't wait.
yeah, I'm so excited because we got my premiere for part 1 of the last civilization for this season coming up right after the show. And next week will be part 2. And then after that, things are going to change a bit.
So I'm just putting Critical Cripple, his link in the chat again. So again, if you're not subbed to Critical Cripple, fucking sub, weirdos. I need to get the... Yes, there's the link there. There's a link to part 1, which is a few minutes after we end here. I can't wait.
Just enough time to get a cup of tea.
Yes, we all need the tea. So POP is gonna be right here. I'm hoping what was it? Sub just to watch the yoga ball bursting. Yeah. Sub to bursting yoga balls. Got it. There you go. That's your new nickname. Bursting yoga balls. We just renamed Critical Cripple.
Nope, that's
Wait.
a link to this video.
What?
Which one?
I'm so confused. Hang on. Oops.
Right. The link to
I-
me.
No, there we go. There we go. Right. I have the proper link, I hope. No, that is the right link. That is
No,
the
the
right
link to me is the link to this video, not the link to me.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry, people. I can't do 2 things at once. Why is this so
Craft-
hard for people to realize?
Hashtag
multitask.
Crafty Can't Tech.
Crafty can't tech. Crafty cannot tech. And Crafty can't multitask either. People should already fucking know this. So yeah, this. Why? Why did you do that?
That's the link to.
I know. Fuck off. Do you know what I did? I pressed paste instead of copy because Crafty can't tech. This is the problem of people actually wanting me to do shit. I can't. There we go. There's Critical Cripple's link. Make sure you fucking sub to him. Neither can Manda on both counts. See, and this is why I love Manda. This is why me and her are soulmates. We can't do shit. And yet we're still awesome. I think that Craft Cool show, what did I mean? Okay. Sorry, colon. It was already found. Yes, you mixed up your messages there a lot. Jeez. Oh, hello. Oh,
What?
sorry. Stuff and emails. Sorry. Thank you, Chris.
Sammy says his StreamYard things, stream elements thing still hasn't come through.
No, and that's weird. Let me actually go to Stream Elements and see. Keep talking. We have about 5 minutes left. So,
Yeah.
Dave, if you want to explain what's coming up on your channel in the next little while.
This week probably won't be anything whatsoever because we're busy with radiation treatment. After that, we'll be back to normal quiz schedule, and hopefully, maybe a week after that, we will start with Screw Loose News, which I explained about earlier. Which is, like I said, it's a news show. My co-host is Manda. And it will be both piss take and look at good stuff in the news, hopefully. Piss taking the bad stuff. Celebrate the good stuff. Other than that, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to have this link open from now on. But no, it still hasn't come through. The only ones that have come through are Tati and Trotter
Sammy
Dwarf.
says it cost him 33 CZK.
So Sammy just wanted me to say 33.
Yes. What was your message, Sammy?
Sammy, if you have a message, absolutely fucking tag me in it, and I'll read it out. My apologies if Stream Elements was an asshole. Your pal Al says, we got Cajun dragons. We call them gators.
Do they eat gators?
I don't know. Well, gators are alligators, I suppose.
Yeah. They don't breathe fire, but they'll take your leg off in a heartbeat.
Avoid the gators. Reason. What's
Yes.
going on with you? What's going on with you? Other than Pain and Progress,
Yes.
have you got anything that you're working on?
Just the usual, my dear. Getting ready to close off the Pain of Progress for this year. I'm still doing the Mega Mirror every week on Saturdays at 4 p.m. UTC. Next week, we have got Southern Hemisphere Globehead. It's going to be a great show. So everybody be there for that. And that's really all I've got. I'm just really, really deep into gearing up for Series 5 and getting ready for the big event that you're all going to hear about probably next week.
Eek! I'm excited. So Sammy says, I said, wasn't this the amount to join the Crafty OnlyFans ASMR where you repeat 333 over and over and over again? If I ever had to do that, I think I wouldn't make it past the end of the stream. I think that would actually send me batshit crazy, even more so than I am.
You could do a number station.
A number
Just sit
station.
there repeating numbers.
Yeah,
I'd
I'll
have a
to
fucking
change.
recording. There you go. I'll make a recording so you can always have the 3. Clive, overthrow
So how
Lady
about-
Crafty Karen. Fuck off! Fuck
How
off!
about-
No,
How about you, Crafty? What have you got coming up?
I don't know. Fuck my life. So next week. Is it next week? What's happening next week? In the next week, I can't even think. Can't even think anymore.
You've
This is
got
what
another
happens when you
Island
email
Society coming up, don't you?
Right. Yes. So, I do hope to get a video out. I have it done. I just haven't uploaded it. I don't know why. There's no fucking reason for it. I've just been lazy. But I'm hoping to get that done this week. And the 7th, which is Friday week, we have Ion Society. Ion Society is going to be covering gun control and what it would actually look like in the US. So that's going to be interesting. We have Faux Hammer coming on for that and Sable Eagle, hopefully. They're both gearing up for that. So it's going to be an interesting look. It's not going to be the whole trigger words being thrown around and fucking shit like that. We're actually going to genuinely look at what kind of legislation could be put in place. It's going to be an interesting stream. Other than that, there was something else that I wanted to do. I will be back next Friday for Aquila Talks. I don't know what it's going to be on yet. Thank you, Nerd Angle. I do hope to get a fucking video out. Yeah, that'll be
Back to the OnlyFans again.
Back to the OnlyFans. God, no. I hate you all. I don't. But Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. There are some stuff. There are a few things that I'm planning on doing in the next week, but until they're set in stone, I don't really want to say anything. And yeah, I'll just be gearing up to help Stephen Cup of Reason with the announcement that's going to be next week.
Yep.
I can't
Big
wait.
news.
Other
Mhm.
than that, people, the Pain of Progress has been shared. It's on Steam and Cup of Reasons channel. Next week we will be live on Steam and Cup of Reasons channel, so make sure that you are subbed to both of us. And yeah, make sure you're subbed to both of us, because otherwise you're not going to get notified that Life in the Flipside is on his channel. We will see you both. I will see you both, I suppose, in the stream for Pain and Progress. I can't even speak anymore. So with that, I'm going to shut the fuck up and play the outro. Bye, people.
Awesome. Bye-bye, everybody.
And thank you to Dave for coming on and putting up with our ridiculousness.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.